Get the inside line on the hottest video games to hit the sound. They sit around day and night answering the phone and questions from Nintendo players across the globe.
It's interesting to talk to people who talk like they are the character.
But what's it like to know just about every move Mario can make? Find out when we take you behind the scenes with these computer game greats.
First down!
And see how you can do your own play-by-play on the screen with some of the hottest new football games around. Plus, weekend fun and adventure away from the arcade. Get the inside story on how you can see the American Gladiators in person.
Here comes everybody! Whoa!
It's all next on Inside Line.
Because most of the games here cost about $0.25 or 50 cents, and you think, gee, it's mostly kids that are here, right? Wrong. Adults. Great place to unwind. A lot of adults come here.
One of the hottest games around right now, right behind us, Street Fighter.
I have no idea how that works. I mean, I don't even know how to play Super Mario World, you know?
I know exactly what you mean. You know, you get to the donut plane and the vanilla dome. How in the world do you get to the second exit on the cheese bridge?
You're asking me?
Yeah, right.
Call a Nintendo game counselor. Call them anytime. They can answer questions on hundreds of games. Take a look.
They're fun, they're challenging, and they're very, very popular. According to Nintendo, 1/3 of all U.S. households own some kind of Nintendo game. But what do you do if you can't escape the Koopas? How do you get another life? Or maybe you just can't get to the next level? Well, if you need a little help, it's only a phone call away.
Nintendo gameplay. This is Matt. How may I help you?
Like, for example, if you want to get the jumping shoes, you press up.
If you just crisscross, real carefully on each step.
Hi, I need somebody to help me with Star Trek.
Okay, I can help.
Over 130 game counselors at Nintendo's Redmond headquarters are literally at your beck and call.
Okay, I'm in the third little rectangle. I can't get over to the door.
So if you're stumped, they've got the answers.
You step left and up on the grass.
Right, stop.
And then jump to the right.
I see now.
And you just jump across to the right, yeah.
I couldn't figure that.
That, I was stuck on that one for a long time myself.
Game consultants, it's essentially somebody who plays games for a living. It's their job to sit down 8 hours a day, or possibly a part-time shift, and play Nintendo games.
Sounds easy, but it's not. These folks have an incredible memory.
Once you succeed in entering the whole thing correctly, then it will give you the entrance you need to the next game.
Counselors are required to learn the top 15 games by heart during a 4-week training course. But most of them have memorized at least 300 of the 450 games out in the market. For games counselor Matt Glidden, it's more than a full-time job.
In my off hours, I do play games because it helps me get better at the ones we already have and get ready for the games to get more and more complex and bigger and bigger. They get trickier and trickier to go through and take more and more skill.
And skill is something these people have a lot of. As they're answering consumer phone calls, they're also playing their own video games, either playing along or learning new ones. You want to go down 2 screens.
Oftentimes you'll be fighting a dragon or a monster of your own, trying to think of your own strategies, and also explaining how to maybe make a long jump in Super Mario Brothers. But most of the time you can manage to split your brain in half and play on and build your own strategies and offer advice on the game that they're calling about.
Okay.
Surprisingly, most of the callers are 18 and older, so it's not just kids playing games. In fact, adults who pretend to call for their children, one of the most common calls they get.
They'll usually slip up and say something like, "Oh, I'm calling about such and such a game for my son, and I mean he can't get through that part of the game."
Nintendo gets over 200 calls a day from all parts of the world, and if you don't speak English, no problem.
Bonjour, Ariane.
They also have French and Spanish-speaking counselors.
Lo que uno puede hacer es, si uno quiere suscribirse a la revista Nintendo Power, puede enviar un cheque o un money order por $15.
The counselor service is free, and they're open 7 days a week, from 4 in the morning until midnight. So, if you're a video game fanatic and you can't quite seem to save the princess, give the game counselor the ring, and you too may end up like Mario with a very happy